When I first started in ministry, I had a problem that maybe you have as well. I took on all the work of the ministry onto myself. I would teach, I would recruit, I would do every single bit of ministry without much help. And the reason that I would do that, if I'm honest with myself, is two reasons. Number one, I didn't want to bother anyone. I felt like asking people to be a part of the ministry would be a burden to them. But then also, I did have a mentality where I wanted all the glory for myself. So I have a question for you. What if, instead of being overwhelmed and overworked, you could have fun in ministry and do it surrounded by people you love? The secret to ministry that I learned is recruiting a team. When you recruit a team, the entire tenor of your ministry changes, and you can create a dynamic and an environment that builds other people up and creates a sense of camaraderie and enjoyment in what you do. I've got 3 keys to recruiting individuals and to recruiting people to be a part of your team. Number one, what you want to do is to approach individuals. The old model of kids ministry is that a lot of recruiting took place either in the pulpit on a Sunday morning or as a bulletin announcement. What we've seen over and over and over again is that those things have very limited value. What you want to do is to approach specific individuals with specific goals. Go out of your way to connect with somebody, take them out to lunch, spend some time with them, share with them exactly what you need and why you think that that individual would be the best fit for that position. Number 2, you want to share your vision and your need and not guilt and burden people. I've been part of recruiting strategies, and I'm sad to say that I've initiated recruiting strategies that was based more on begging people to be a part of my ministry and not really empowering them to be leaders within the ministry. If you want to recruit warm bodies, then you can use guilt. But if you want to recruit people that are passionate about what you do and where the ministry is going, then you want to share your vision. You need to know where your ministry is and share with those individuals where you want the ministry to go. And if you get them excited about what your passion is for the ministry, then they will in turn be passionate about it. Another thing that I've learned is that you always need to be in recruiting mode. If you think that recruiting ends, you're mistaken, because you will always need people in your ministry. Your job as a minister is to equip people, and that job is never done. And in fact, ministry is a blessing to volunteers. I want to share with you a story about one of the volunteers that are part of my team right now. Her name is Rita. And Rita, when she was 15 years old, she got into some trouble. She got into a fight in school, and one thing led to another, and she found herself in a juvenile detention center with court-mandated community service hours. It was at that point that I met her and my wife met her, and we decided, despite where she was, to allow her to be a part of what we were doing. In the 2 years that she's been with us, we've seen her radically saved, we've seen her filled with the Holy Spirit, and we've seen God do some amazing things in her life. And the reality is, Rita's story is also my story, because when I was 15, I also stumbled onto kids ministry. I didn't really have a relationship with God. I didn't care to be in church or to be involved in any of the things that was going on at church. But through the mentorship and discipleship process of the kids pastor in place at the time, I slowly found my calling. When I say that kids ministry and ministry in general is a blessing to volunteers and to the people that are a part of it, I'm speaking from experience. If it wasn't for my involvement with kids ministry as a volunteer, I wouldn't be a kids minister today.